Greetings. I was about to set up my keyboard, which I always do after I get back from a gig, just so it's ready to go throughout the week. I decided to take this opportunity and just show you what my wedding keyboard setup is. My name's Gabe Charay, by the way. Many of you guys know me for playing synthesizer and Rhodes, but I also play piano and keyboards. I kind of wanted to show you my setup and maybe give you some ideas for your own setup when setting up with bands for gigs. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so here's the setup. I don't usually set it up all the way like this at home because I don't usually need the mixer, but I thought I'd show you the mixer and show you how that works for a live situation. Let me grab the camera and show you guys. Okay, so what am I working with? I got a Nord Electro 6 HP that I've had for about 7 years. And I find that this type of keyboard does amazingly well for this type of gig, like a wedding gig. Mostly because it has presets, it's easy to recall things, and the 3 sections on the keyboard are perfect for this type of gig. We have an organ section, a piano section, and a sample or synth section. And sometimes people will ask me like, why don't you like bring the Moogs, bro? Bring the Moogs. But the thing with the Moogs is, I love the Moogs, but these are semi-modular, meaning I can't recall a preset immediately, and it's just tough for this type of gig. So this application for these guys isn't the best. But if I was playing like a far out spacey synthesizer show, definitely come and see the Moogs for sure. I have a lot of presets here on the Nord. That's my Don't Stop Believing patch right there. We can check that out. You guys want to hear my Don't Stop Believing patch? Yeah, so you can pull up all these patches. You know, I have my I Want to Dance with Somebody patch, Shake It Off patch. Yeah, you get the idea. But then what's cool about the Nord Electro is it has this sort of like live bank where it has a bank of 8 presets where they're always set and they always stay put. Whatever you do to change them, they just stay there. So like if I change the distortion on something, when I come back to it, it'll still be there. So I find this is great for your standard keyboard instruments, especially if you're a keyboard player in a band, you might want to set these up. So I actually have 2 pianos. I have a bright piano and like the white grand, which is a little more rounder grand piano sounding. And then I have a Rhodes and then a Wurlitzer, standard. And then I have 2 B3 organs. You never know. I got 2 flavors. You never know when you're gonna need a B3. And then I have a Farfisa because, you know, who doesn't like a good Farfisa? And then a clavinet of, it's hard to do it with one hand. I'm still holding the phone with the other one. Anyway, those all come in handy when you're doing this stuff. What's some other things here? I usually have it on a single tiered stand, which I told myself I would never use single tier stands on gigs. But this quick lock single tier stand with the built-in clutch works pretty well. I've never had a problem with it. I like that it doesn't have the clutch built into the top there because sometimes you can hit that with your knee and the whole thing will fall to the ground. Sustain pedal, and I have my power supply right here underneath. It's a little sloppy right now, but I like to organize my cables underneath the monitor speaker. I bring my own monitor. So let's go back up to the top here. I have a mixer. Why the mixer? So the mixer lets me control my own mix on stage. Usually what I do is I have a feed going from here to my own monitor, which lets me control my own volume on stage. So I don't have to rely on somebody who's a singer who's also the sound person bringing up a monitor mix for me. I can just take care of it myself. I'll talk about that in a second. And then there's usually an out going to the house mix. So then the monitor or the house engineer or the person who's singing, who's also doing the soundboard, can tweak that however they want. I always keep my volume the same so that I don't ever change it in the house mix. That way it's always whatever, it just stays put, and then the house person doing front of house can mix that however they want. Also, another big reason for having my own mix is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my monitor speaker is like sitting right up against the stand. It's actually touching the stand. I try to have it touching on both sides. It's not touching there, but the reason for this is I used to play a Yamaha keyboard that had built-in speakers. Actually, let me see if I can show that to you. So this is my old gigging keyboard. This is a pretty old Yamaha. It's like a PS 120, but it has built-in speakers. And what I used to do is I would turn the volume all the way up on this keyboard so that the speakers are really loud on the keyboard. And then I would send it out to the house and then they can mix it however they want. The speakers would vibrate the whole keyboard. So it felt like an acoustic piano, like it felt like an acoustic instrument. Because when you play a real piano, there's like real vibrations coming out of that thing. So I kind of missed that when I got the Nord. When I first started playing with the Nord, I didn't have a speaker at all, and I would just send an out to front of house, and then I would have a monitor speaker usually to my right, which is fine. It worked, but I didn't have the control I wanted. I don't know, it just felt like something was missing in the touch of the instrument. Like I needed it to have a little more vibration to it. So that's why I have the speaker up against the stand, so that when I play things, the speaker, when it's on stage, is pretty loud. It vibrates the whole thing, so I can actually feel, vibration in the keyboard. It's kind of a hack, but it works. Yeah. Is that it? Oh, the stand. So the stand, if you notice, this is a Yamaha stand. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So this isn't a stand that comes with the Nord. So, but when you get the Nord, it has sort of these places for a stand that they make to put in here. The problem is the stand, they call it a music rest, but it costs like 150 bucks or something. So instead what I did is I went and bought some metal straws, and luckily they matched the same diameter as that little peg on my old Yamaha keyboard, the one I just showed you. So I cut them with a Dremel, and then they amazingly fit in there too. So it took a little sleuthing to get to it, but and then you could just place the stand on there. Yeah. This feels like a true YouTube video because I'm trying to show you something, but I can't quite do it because I'm holding the camera and you didn't quite see it. That's about it. You know, I try to keep it to one keyboard. I got a case for the keyboard, a stand and a chair and a backpack, and that's all I take to gigs. I like to keep it pretty compact for this type of thing. That's all I need, and it sounds great. If you guys want to know anything about playing this stuff too, I'd be happy to do some videos on that. Or anything you want to know about the Nord. I don't talk about the Nord as much, but yeah. All right, have a good one. See you next time.